At 2:13 p.m. a scream from Chika's school so loud, so terrified, it made the trees shiver. All students ran out. Everyone knew Madam Clara had been sick for months, but this scream was different. It was Chika, Madam Clara's adopted daughter, rolling in pain, her eyes wild. Then she shouted words that froze the village. "I did it. I made Madam Clara sick." The girl everyone had seen grow from a poor orphan into a beautiful young woman had just confessed something unthinkable. Fire, and that's when the real story begins, the story of Madam Clara, the woman who changed the whole village, and the shocking betrayal that almost destroyed her. In the quiet village of Umuk, people whispered about a woman who seemed to have magic in her hands. Her name? Madam Clara. She had no children, no husband, no family. But she had something rare, a heart that could hold an entire village. Every morning, her door opened to children in torn uniforms, widows with empty baskets, and sick villagers with bills they could not pay. Madam Clara paid school fees. She supplied books. She built a free school where even the poorest child could learn. She paid hospital bills. She fed hungry families. She even supported struggling farmers. To the widows, she was hope. To the children, she was mother. To the entire village, she was a blessing no one could forget. And yet, she lived alone, quietly, without anyone to care for her. One afternoon, while traveling to inspect a village project she had funded, Madam Clara noticed a figure sitting on the dirt road. It was a girl, about 16 years old, crying so loudly her sobs seemed to shake the trees. Madam Clara stopped immediately. "My daughter, what's wrong?" she asked softly. The girl looked up, her eyes red and swollen. I lost my parents. My uncle threw me out. I have nowhere to go," she whispered. Madam Clara's heart ached. She reached out her hand. "You will come with me," she said. That girl's name was Chika, and that day, her life changed forever. Madam Clara took Chika home. She fed her. She clothed her. She gave her a bed. She enrolled her in a good school. Within weeks, Chika transformed. Her hair was neat. Her uniform clean. Her smile radiant. The villagers noticed. "Madam Clara has done it again," they whispered. She saved another child. Chika flourished under Clara's care. But not all was as it seemed. The mysterious sickness. One morning, Madam Clara woke with pain and swelling in her left leg. She thought it was temporary. By the next day, the swelling had worsened. Within a week, both legs were affected. She could no longer walk. She could barely move. Doctors came. They tested her. They examined her. But they found nothing. "There's no medical reason," they said. "You must take your medication and rest." But the pain only worsened. Her legs darkened. They throbbed with unbearable agony. The woman who had given everything was now trapped in her own body. Word spread quickly. The widows Madam Clara had helped rushed to her house. Children who had grown under her guidance knelt by her bedside, crying and praying. Neighbors came from far and near. They cooked for her, cleaned her, prayed over her. Morning and night, the prayers filled the mansion. Months passed, and Clara remained bedridden. The entire village refused to give up. One morning, as the sun peeked over the horizon, a strange warmth spread through Clara's leg. She moved them slightly, then stood. She could walk. The villagers screamed in joy. They danced. They cried. They praised God. The miracle was real. And for a moment, it felt like the nightmare was over. The scream. But then, a scream shattered the celebration. It came from Chika. Her legs began to swell. The same way Clara's had. The villagers froze in horror. Chika fell to the floor, screaming in pain. I did it. I caused Madam Clara's sickness. She began to confess, her voice trembling. I was sent to teach her a lesson. I was supposed to destroy her, and I made her legs rot. The villagers gasped. Shock, fear, and disbelief filled the mansion. The girl who had been saved was the source of the curse. Tears streamed down Chika's face. I lied about my family. I lied about everything. I came here to hurt her, but I couldn't, because she is too powerful. Her kindness, her love, it protected her. The pain in her legs intensified as if the universe was punishing her. The villagers watched silently, unsure of what to do. Forgiveness. Madam Clara, who had every right to turn her back, did something extraordinary. She walked slowly to Chika. She knelt beside her and whispered, "Even now, I forgive you." Tears filled the villagers' eyes. Even the pain in Chika's legs seemed to pause as if the power of forgiveness had shifted the balance. Madam Clara had taught the greatest lesson: kindness is stronger than revenge, love is stronger than hatred, and forgiveness is the greatest power of all. The legacy. From that day, the villagers never forgot what happened. Madam Clara continued her work, her generosity reaching farther than ever before. Chika, having learned the weight of her actions, became her devoted student just in school, but in life, learning how to give rather than take, how to heal rather than harm. And every night, under the stars, the villagers would whisper, "The woman who helped the world and forgave even the one who tried to destroy her is truly a miracle among us."